Well, hello. In this short video, we will be looking at patterns of organization. One of the questions you may be given on the day of the exam in reading comprehension and Pressy is what's the pattern of organization in this text? What does that mean? Well, to help readers follow ideas in a particular text, writers use structure. So all writing has a structure. It answers the question how the writing is organized, how supporting ideas are grouped. Every writer has a purpose for writing and some plan of action for getting a message across. To achieve that purpose or that goal that the writer has in mind, there's some plan of action. This plan of action is the order in which the text is organized. Though not all text can fit snugly into one of the patterns of organizations explained in this video, the purpose of this video is to prepare you to identify text structure on standardized exams. It's important to understand the structure of the text in order to fully comprehend the material written. If you know the organization of the piece of writing, you will be able to understand the author's message. Well, there are many patterns of organization or many forms of organizational patterns. We look at the most common ones in this slide: cause and effect, compare and contrast, problem and solution, sequential, description, definition, chronological. The question now is how to identify these patterns of organization. Well, they can be identified by transitions or signal words that the author uses. Transitions or signal words are words or phrases used by authors to introduce the reader to the thought pattern or pattern of organization. They're also called signal words, they're also called phrases because they signal how the author is arranging ideas. Well, following are examples of transition words that we can find in the text and that can help us identify the organizational pattern. Then, because, also, first, second, last, in addition, another, similarly, furthermore, in short, as a result. Well, we move now to different patterns of organization, their purpose and signal words that go with each pattern. We start with definition, the purpose of which is to explain the meaning of new words or phrases. Common signal words that go with this pattern include is, refers to, can be defined as, means, consists of, involves, etc. Next pattern of organization that we look at is classification. This pattern divides a broad topic into categories or into classes. Therefore, common signal words found in this pattern of organization include classified as, comprises, is composed of, several varieties of, different stages of, etc. Third pattern of organization we look at is chronological, the purpose of which is to describe the sequence in which events occur in time. Following this purpose, the signal words that are found within this pattern of organization include first, second, later, before, next, as soon as, after, then, etc. Well, we move next to process, the purpose of which is to describe the order in which things are done, and common signal words are first, second, next, then, following, etc. Next organizational pattern is order of importance, and the purpose of this pattern is to describe ideas in order of priority or preference. Less, more, primary, next, last, etc. are common signal words that we can find in this pattern. Spatial order, this pattern describes physical location or position in space. Above, below, beside, next to, in front of, behind, etc. are common signal words that we find in this pattern. Cause and effect, this pattern describes how one or more things cause or are related to one another. Causes, because of, for, since, effects, consequently, results in, one result is, etc. Well, in this slide, we'll look at three remaining patterns of organization, namely comparison and contrast, listing, enumeration, and generalization and example. Regarding comparison and contrast, the purpose is to discuss similarities and or differences. Signal words for similarities are both, also, similarly, like, likewise, to, as well as resembles, in the same way, etc. While signal words for differences are unlike, differs from, in contrast, on the other hand, instead, despite, etc. We move now to listing enumeration. The purpose of this pattern of organization is to organize lists of information, and signal words that we can use to identify this pattern of organization are as follows: the following, several, for example, for instance, one, another, also, two, in other words, first, second, etc. Now, the last pattern of organization to be discussed in this video is generalization and example, the purpose of which is to give examples and to clarify a statement. Therefore, common signal words to be found in this pattern of organization consist of, for example, for instance, that is, to illustrate, thus. Well, in this last slide, we speak about the importance of recognizing text structure. Well, awareness of text structure has been found to promote strategic reading among AFL readers. It helps process the text in a strategic way, and it also helps recall of information. The literature has established that effective expert readers are strategic, which implies that they use a variety of strategies and skills to construct meaning. Attending to organization of information within a text is one such strategy used by effective expert readers. Well, another advantage of text structure awareness is that it guides one's thinking about the text. In addition to that, lack of sensitivity to structural information of text has been stated as one of the factors that leads to comprehension difficulties. Given these advantages, text structure awareness is very important, and therefore readers should approach the text in a strategic way, recognizing the structure of it. Thank you very much for following. Please keep focused on your studies, stay safe and healthy. Best of luck.